exactly in the best direction, but crosswind. Guys, if you're whitetail hunting, wind is so important. So I'm going to be walking in quite a bit of ways. That's why I have this big backpack on, is because if you dress really warm now, you're going to be very miserable and sweaty by the time you get there. I think I may already see a deer. Check that out. Definitely a good scrape right there with a little licking branch. This right here is where these deer all live. I've got to hurry and get to the end of this so they do not wind me, because the wind is not in my favor right now. There are deer prints all over this place. It's crawling in deer. Scrape right underneath this branch right here. I'm trying to get in here as fast as I can, because the wind is not playing in my favor. not towards them. We're gonna need to fix that. Basically, I have deer looking directly at me right now. To make a long story short, our wind has shifted. This is definitely not good. I would definitely be a lot better off moving right now because the wind is blowing east. It was actually earlier today and supposed to be this evening. Really trying to be blowing a southeast, which would be great, but now it's kind of a northeast. That's not good. It's kind of swirling here, but there it goes. Going right that way. Not good. So hopefully, if anything comes out, it's going to be way back down in that direction, not where the wind is. The worst part about this is while I was coming in, I winded 4 doe. This is the warmest wool sweater I own. Oh, these bastards better be rolling right back through. There's a abundance amount of doe about 1,000 yards away. I'm trying to record them, but they're just laying around, hanging out. Right now, there's one laying down. And 1, 2 eating. They don't give a shit about anything. There's 4. Unfortunately, I was really hoping there would be a buck that would be busting out of here. This one deer keeps looking behind it. I was thinking maybe there would be a decent buck come running down the hill. dark right now. I want to make sure I can still get out of here without blowing anything out, but I think that's what kind of ruined my hunt, is initially getting in here and having my wind change up. It is what it is. My wind changing definitely didn't help. Man, that was a lot of doe. Like I said, all these doe were about 1,000 yards away. I was waiting for a buck to get involved. But anyways, this was a really good hunt. You can tell we're getting to the end of the rut, and all of the big bucks have either got what they wanted or they're out searching elsewhere, because that was a group of 7 doe that I watched for close to an hour, and no bucks anywhere in sight. A group of that many doe is pretty impressive. I'm gonna get ready for my walk back in, so now I get to strip back down again. So let's talk about this hunt. What is it? Oh yeah, he wants that really bad. You like that deer? He's a good hunt dog. There, sit. Good boy. All right, so let's talk about this hunt. First off, welcome. What is up, Tube You? This is Fox from F6, and let's talk about this hunt. So for those of you wondering why things were done the way they were in this hunt, I'm going to do the best I can to explain why I did the things I did. However, if you have any questions, if you want to talk about anything, please put it in the comment. As you can see, I'm still making mistakes hunting, and that's totally okay, because there's no such thing as a bad hunt if you are getting out and you are trying to hunt or take your gear out. You're really learning something every time you go. But with that being said, this is a big abandoned farm, and it's really untouched. So it is like a deer haven. However, the problem with hunting really big areas during the rut or during the pre-rut or post-rut is really where you need to be. So that's kind of why I lined up against that fence line, so I was able to look at everything going east, everything going north, south. So I really had 3 points of view. However, the wind really changed up on me. I was walking in, I blew out 4 doe. Guys, if you're whitetail hunting, wind is so important. I take it like so extreme. I build a fire in my backyard and I smoke a container up and I put all my gear in there. I'm spraying my boots down. All of my clothes that I hunt in never come inside. I do everything you possibly can, from the body washes to the gels, sprays, wash my clothes in perfect scent lock stuff. I have all the sweat control. It doesn't matter. Deer are so smart about smelling. It's like 1,000 times stronger than what a human can smell. You may have everything covered with smoke and all of those things. However, they're gonna pick up your bad breath. All it takes is one thing and those deer are getting out of there. But anyways, once I get seated and I get my body cooled down, I start warming up during the hunt. And what you don't hear is I actually have a deer to my right, which the wind is good, and she jumps over the fence and just totally walks all the way out there to where those other deer were. I was really thinking that being a single doe, there would be a big buck behind her. Is what happens is there's usually one doe that is still in estrus or in breeding mode. One in, it could be 10, 12, 20, whatever it may be, but there's a late bloomer or there's a doe that's still ready to get it going. And there's a buck that is going to travel from far away that's probably never been on this property that I've hunted, and he's tracking down that one doe. So the entire time I'm just trying to keep my eyes on this large group of doe. And the way my daughter got the buck she got last week, which was a great size 6 point, I'll drop a picture of it here. was I was in that exact same spot. I was watching a group of doe doing the exact same thing, but smaller, and they all hell breaks loose. They're getting chased, and I started grunting and grunting and grunting, and finally that big buck jumped the fence and came over to where I could get a safe shot. That spot that you're looking at is part of the abandoned farm as well, and the guy that I lease this property and potentially I'm going to buy this property from, he does not own that small 20 acres or whatever that other abandoned piece is. It used to all be one, but it was sold out over the years. So that small section, that's why I have to get the deer to jump the fence. The good news is all of those doe, all 12 or 11 or 8, whatever it is I'm seeing all week, they come on to the property I lease on the back side. However, it's so much easier for me to be back there elevated. So yeah, it just goes to show no matter how many times you do this, your wind is so important. And we're just in that odd time where the rut is over here in Arkansas, but there's also going to be that post-rut period. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a very large deer, a large buck that's going to be after one of those receptive doe. Happens all the time. But yeah, if you have any questions or want to know anything, please do ask. I just wanted to bring y'all along with kind of what a quick set is. That set probably took 2.5 hours. It's teaching me something about that land and where these deer funnels are. But yeah, give me some feedback. Let me know, how is your hunting season going? What area are you in? And tell me about your whitetail experience. I absolutely love hunting this stuff. It is a great time for me to shake my scope out, my gear out, and really just get more familiar with my primary firearm. But with all that being said, please do like, share, subscribe, comment, do all of those things. It helps the channel grow substantially. Still can't believe we're over 1,000 followers now. Thank you for making that possible. But with all that being said, hopefully next video I will have a big buck, or at least have some more skulls to show you guys. So with all that being said, this is Fox from F6, and cheers.